Yeah, cleaning up a case like a missed spot. So now the cops are bitter like a walk. Get her out to me, she can tell a lot. Give it a minute, she can see it, now you're hella caught. Sick and bit by bit, your plans are botched. By a vivid who can kick you down a notch. Think you're clever, show her what you got. You never died before? Well, here's your shot.
Doesn't this smell wonderful? This smells lovely too. Ayo, how to choose?
Auntie Annie, you're getting perfume all over your food again.
I must choose my perfume for the Peranakan Society's annual general meeting.
Which I noticed, by the way, you're not holding at my restaurant.
It's not like that, you know, Rosie. The AGM is also a going-away event for the EXCO members who are stepping down, and they chose the venue.
I know lah.
You both should come too, you know. Now that there's opening in the EXCO, I can't think of anyone better to join than my best friend and my niece. You bring Noel too, huh?
Ayo, Annie. Please, I haven't got time to join EXCO, huh? So busy over here and there's always something happening.
Wait! Lock the doors! What? Barricade the windows. The twin terrors of Bukit Tinggi are coming.
The twin what?
Twin terrors. The petite pranksters.
The chaos kids.
Wait, these are children?
No, they're monsters disguised as children.
Who steal all my lollipops.
They are children, Dylan and Mindy. But they are two of the worst behaved children we've ever seen.
And we've been seeing them a lot because their parents became regulars after attending Mrs. Sito's tea party and got to know about this place.
Yeah, workaholic parents were either too tired or unbothered to discipline their kids.
Remember Rosie back in our day? Right? If any one of us dared to be naughty, we would get a tight slap from the nearest adult.
That wasn't what I meant by discipline.
And that's not how we treat customers here, Annie.
Hey, hello, while you boomers are debating, those two tornadoes on legs are getting closer. We need to do something.
Okay, we'll put our foot down. They must be well behaved or they're not coming in.
I was hoping we can tie them up by their ankles, but I suppose this works too.
Auntie Eddie, you better faster finish your pulut hitam before the twin terrors come and destroy it.
Alamak, must be so drama, huh?
Not if you remove yourself from the path of the tornadoes, which is what I am going to do now. I'm going out the back door.
Stop right there. Before you take another step, there will be no screaming, no throwing.
Promise I'll be good, Mum. But why?
It's the twin terrors.
Diyos ko po! Kuha semangat! Are you seeing what I'm seeing? The twin terrors, but behaving?
I see it, but I don't believe it.
I'm afraid this is like the moment of silence in horror movies, right before the monster strikes.
Don't worry. They just took their nap today. They will not disturb today. Hi, Cherril.
Aunty Kim?
So, another vape distribution network shut down.
That's what? 4 in 3 months?
Sir, that's the lasting power of attorney, right?
That's my marks. Lasting power of attorney. I have to drop them off at Golden Light on my way home.
So you have decided to...
It's for the best.
Sorry to hear that, sir. Sir, there's no registration number. My wife went through this with her auntie just last year. A registration number is assigned when you register an LPA online. It's standard protocol. You do know that you have to bring it to a certificate issuer, right? To get it countersigned and filed online. Because if you didn't,
I'm guessing this LP is useless? Crap.
I had the best naps, the best sweets, the best memories. All thanks to Aunty Kim here. She was my favorite auntie. Actually, more like third cousin, but we just call her Aunty Kim because she's
Older?
She was my favorite out of all the cousins. Such a beautiful and quiet kid.
Kim, is it? How did you become the nanny for the twin? These two lovely children.
I retired from teaching kindergarten last year, but after a while, I feel bored. So I actually went back to babysitting again.
Well, it's a miracle. I've never seen them so cooperative. Whoever can do this is a magician.
They were troublesome at first, but this old nanny have a bit of magic. I will help you when it's time.
Now we know why she's here.
So, how long have you been babysitting the twin terrors?
Since the start of school holiday, I wanted to come and see Cherril, but these two kept me busy. I heard she's working here. I followed the news of her husband.
At least one positive thing came out of the whole scandal. You're reunited with your old babysitter.
Can you shut up?
Excuse me, but is that normal?
They have their usual nap, but sometimes they get tired again.
Guys,
Dylan? Okay. Guys, I think something's wrong. Mindy? Gotta call ambulance, please. Okay. Dylan? Dylan? Can you hear me? I think there's something wrong. Dylan?
I thought.
Mindy? Mampus. Hello? Kim finally snapped out of it enough to tell us that the kids don't have any allergies or asthma. So now the only question we have to ask is...
What made the kids faint and turn blue? This is normally the time when you tell me you found a clue.
No clue. There's nothing. Except,
See?
I don't know. There was a smell. I smelt it when they entered the restaurant. But I was so focused on keeping an eye on those two terrors, right? That they don't destroy my restaurant. Then after that, when everything was happening, wow, it was so chaotic and... But there was a smell. It was faint, but it was there. I think. Never mind. It will come to me. And we can always check with Cherril tomorrow. See what she found out from the doctors at the hospital.
the doctors managed to stabilize the children, so we got there just in time. Any later, not that it helped Aunty Kim, she was just crying and crying and was too distraught to even speak. So I had to speak to their parents. I had to see the expression on their faces, the fear, the sadness of the thought of almost losing their children. That's what it's like to be a parent. To constantly have to worry about your child falling sick or being injured.
And if they get hurt or fall sick, you be there for them.
This doesn't mean we're okay.
I know.
I'm sorry I slept you. I just... Hello?
Okay. You take care, okay? Bye.
What's wrong with Salim? Did something happen?
How you know something happened, ma'am?
Because of the way you look now. Usually, after you talk to Salim, wow, your face is happy, glowing.
Mom.
Okay, I won't tease. Really, what happened?
He asked me to take Auntie Rahaya to the daycare tomorrow.
Which means whatever it is, it didn't happen to his ma.
He has to meet with lawyers. He thought he had a lasting power of attorney for his mother, but it's invalid.
Oh, so he had to refile.
Not so simple now. Because of his Mac's condition, he has to go through the courts to get deputyship.
Oh?
Salim explained it to me.
As if that man doesn't have enough to deal with.
I see it, Mom. Every time he looks at his mother, and she doesn't even know who he is, you can tell a piece of him is dying inside. I don't know how to help him.
There's something else you're not telling him, right, Nina? I can read you like a book.
Remind me not to play poker with you, Mom.
This thing, will it help him?
I think so. Maybe. But it might also hurt him. I don't know.
Maybe let Salim decide. Once he's heard it for himself. You're so late already. Who's calling me? Eh? Cherril, sayang, everything okay? What? Wait, you want me to help who?
Once the doctor told them their children were okay, and the parents...
The parents basically accused her of doing something to the twin terrorists. I mean, Dylan and Mindy.
But the doctors did rule out food poisoning and viral infection.
But that doesn't mean that I poisoned them.
It does seem like they were just looking for someone to blame.
They called the police. The police came to my house. They questioned me for hours.
That's when she called me.
I didn't know who else I could ask for help. Cherril said, you can help me.
But I'm not sure I can help, though. The doctors are doing the test, I'm sure, and when the results come
the
back...
initial tests have come back and they were inconclusive. That's why the police let Aunty Kim go for now. But they are going to conduct more complicated tests and those might take a few weeks. So in the meantime, they've confiscated Aunty Kim's passport.
And I cannot do any work with children.
But I'm sure you can tahan for a while, right?
I didn't retire. The kindergarten where I work shut down. It's difficult for me to find a job at my age. I have to work. And this is the only thing I know how to do.
Fine. I'm not promising anything, but we'll keep around ask some questions and see what comes up. But if it turns out that she did do something wrong, intentionally or
She will
not,
accept the consequences.
Yes, okay, yes.
But that wouldn't happen because this is Aunty Kim. And she'll never do anything like that. So, where do we start?
where else? Go to the source. The two kids.
Get lost! You're not talking to my children.
I see where the twin terrors get their terror from.
Can't blame the parents for not wanting to speak to us.
Auntie Lee, you got something?
No, nothing. Yes, where the children got the lungs. Lung strength. She's loud. I think she's very stressed out.
She didn't have to be so rude. So, what now?
Well, we cannot go to the source. We go to where the source went.
What do you mean?
So, going to where the source went was what? Going around the estate and talking to people?
The way you say, as though we went jalan-jalan and then chit-chat with random people, no?
Yeah, it's more precise than that. We went to all the places Aunty Kim said they went to on their walk and asked everybody who saw them if they noticed anything strange or unusual about them.
So, you went to jalan-jalan and chit-chatted with random people?
If you're done being irritating,
Since you are irritated, yes, I'm done.
Then we can tell you what we actually found. Come.
turns out Aunty Kim and the twin terrorists have been on the same route at the same time every day for the last 1.5 weeks.
Long enough for a few people to see them regularly and remember a few things about them. Like how the kids are actually very quiet and very quiet.
Huh? For almost 2 weeks? That's strange. They usually leave a trail of destruction in their wake.
And Sansor, the tissue paper seller at the park, and Uncle Sanka from 114 Kopitiam, they said that on 1 or 2 occasions, the terrorists, Mindy and Dylan, appeared unsteady.
So that means whatever caused them to fall ill, right? Didn't suddenly occur, okay? Which leads me to my theory.
Auntie Lee, we've been through this.
Come on, Cherril, the timeline fits, right?
No, Sanso and Uncle Sanka said that the terrorists were their usual noisy selves at the start of the holidays. And that was when Auntie Kim...
Yes, but maybe it's
Wait,
because...
what's the theory?
It's very simple.
Inspector Salim, where's your faithful sidekick? Excuse me, ma'am. Is that bad, huh?
My lawyer started the process of petitioning the court to give me deputyship over Mark. Eventually, he'll get a court date so he can argue my case to a judge.
Sounds like it'll take a while.
And it'll be expensive. If only I remembered to register the LPA online after Mark and I signed it.
It was an accident.
No, Nina, it wasn't an accident. I messed up. And because I messed up, I can't get my Ma into the care facility that she needs. At the very moment she needs it. She took care of me my whole life, and now when it's my turn, I failed her.
You're right. You failed her. Now you just have to stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Nina,
Stop feeling sorry for yourself. And make sure it doesn't happen again.
Actually, my lawyer thinks that there shouldn't be any major issues once everything is in order.
Oh, right.
Especially
So
since
make
there are
sure
no
that's
other
done.
immediate family members to object. What?
There's
something I should tell you.
Cherril, I know you don't hear, but it lines up, right?
But there's no motive. And you yourself said you don't know how it's done.
Yet. I don't know yet how it's done. But once I find that last piece of the
The
puzzle.
magic piece that would explain his blue lips, his unusually quiet behavior, the stumbling.
Okay, you put it that way. Wait!
You could have just asked, you know.
This is the lollipop Dylan was eating before he turned blue.
I think I know where this is going.
Get your Aunty Kim here. Now.
I am trustworthy. I took care of you.
You I sleep with alcohol.
Cherril,
Without my
let's just take a
consent,
seat.
I might add. But enough you did this to me.
Adam,
Your
do
relative,
what
but
is
you didn't
best
even
for you.
apologize. What's best for me or what's best for you?
I'm leaving.
Aunty Kim,
Don't pretend that you really care.
oh, Aunty Kim,